Welcome back into North of the Broad. If you're just tuning in, we are filming here at the Pat Conroy Literary Center, and now we get to talk about the Pat Conroy Literary Center. Jonathan Haupt, Executive Director, is joining us. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for graciously hosting us for North of the Broad. We love coming here, and since I'm filling in for Robin Zimmerman today, I would love to just start out with, talking about an overview of the Pat Conroy Literary Center and what it is you all do and why you exist.
Sure, absolutely. I love to talk about that. So this is actually one of Beaufort's most top-rated tourist destinations, and people come from all over the country, to some degree all over the world, to visit our museum and learn a little bit about the writing and teaching life of Beaufort's most famous literary citizen, Pat Conroy. So we're open to the public from Thursday through Sunday from noon to 4, and we give free guided tours as part of that experience. And then above and beyond that, we do community events, visiting author events, writers workshops, an open mic night, all sorts of programs for the community, separate from the museum as well.
Yeah, just a lot happening. And if you haven't been in the museum, it's a great space. It really is.
Thank you.
Just a beautiful area. And we love kind of coming in and perusing all the information that's on the walls and seeing some of the history. Just a great time. So I encourage you to stop in. And as you mentioned, lots happening. Of course, you have a public launch event for some free authors in the area. So let's talk about that.
That's right. Both of these events are right here in the Conroy Center. So on Thursday, May 18th, we're hosting a launch event for local poet Jacquelyn Markham for her brand new chapbook, Rainbow Warrior, and that's here that evening in the center. It's a drop-in event from 5:30 to 7:30, so people can come at any time. And we'll have refreshments, a little bit of wine, and Jackie's going to do a poetry reading around 6:30 as well.
That'll be a great one to stop in for. And in fact, we'll have her on the show right after this. So we'll look forward to hearing more.
That's amazing. Is that her sitting right there?
That may be her in the corner there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Teaser for our viewers.
Yes.
She's here. And then you have another one, Kristen Ness. Tell us about her.
Yeah, so Kristen is a debut novelist from Charleston, and she's written this amazing book called At Loggerheads, which is an environmentally themed murder mystery. So it's a lot of different subject matter that's really important to the Low Country, and a brand new book and a brand new author. Kristen is from Charleston, and she's doing a book tour. So she will be here on Friday, May 25th from 5:30 to 6:30 in this very room. We have a little bit of a seating limitation here, so it's always helpful if people call and let us know they're coming. But we'll have books available for sale and signing that night as well. And I'm excited to get to host her for her first ever Beaufort event.
How great is that? Wow, some firsts. So that's wonderful. A great way to get involved for viewers who are watching as well is you have sort of a monthly book club discussion, and I want to talk about what exactly that is and what it entails.
Sure, and that gets us back around to the idea of the Literary Center and Pat Conroy, and why there even is a Literary Center to Pat Conroy, of course. So he was the author of 12 books, and 4 of them were made into major motion pictures, of course, but not all of Pat's fans have necessarily read all 12 books, right? So a few years ago, pre-pandemic, we had a book club for a year where we read all 12 of Pat's books and discussed them in order of publication. And that was wildly successful. So we thought we would do it again in a slightly different format. So on the 4th Thursday of every month at 6:30 with our friends at the Red House Inn, a beautiful historic inn over on Bladen Street, not far from where we are, we host an hour-long discussion of all of Pat's books. There's a very modest registration fee of $10 for that, some refreshments on hand, and it's hosted by me and my dear friend Charlene Spearin, who is a poet, professor of English. She works at Penn Center. She has a lot of different perspectives. But Charlene has never actually read most of these books, whereas I've read them, dozens of times. Right. She's experiencing them for the first time right now. So we thought that would be a really fun dynamic to have a discussion with readers about these books.
Oh, that does sound really fun. A great idea, and a great way to learn, of course, about the publications of Pat Conroy. So for viewers who are thinking, maybe I want to get involved or attend one of these events or have to just stop in, what's the best way to get information to them? Is your website a good resource?
The website is great. We also have a very strong social media presence and a monthly newsletter. So you can find us on Facebook or sign up for our newsletter and you get advance warning of everything we do, which, as we've discussed, is a lot. It's a very robust calendar. So there are a lot of ways for people to attend events. We also have volunteer opportunities here at the center, and as we're a nonprofit, obviously, we welcome and are very grateful for our donors and sponsors as well.
Absolutely, for without them, you may not have so many great things going on.
Indeed.
So nice to have. Well, boy, it sure is a pleasure being here and learning a little bit more about what you're all doing. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. We'll be back with more North of the Broad coming up after this break. Stick with us.